Welcome to the Allegheny County Library System Book Haul. These are books that we've recently purchased and are going to be hitting shelves soon, so see what's new this month. Hi, I'm Allie, and today I'm going to talk about some of the books that are hitting our shelves this month so that you know what to put on hold or come check out at the library. First, I'm going to start off with the mystery thrillers for the summer. First, we have Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak, and this is about a woman who takes a job as a nanny for a wealthy family, and she loves it, and she is really connected with Teddy, the young boy. As she is spending more and more time with him, he's very artistic, constantly drawing pictures, until one day he starts drawing these very sinister pictures of a man dragging a woman's lifeless body. The pictures become more and more sinister, and she starts to believe that Teddy has possibly witnessed an unsolved murder that has happened within the woods. She also thinks that this has manifested itself in possibly some supernatural aspect. So she ends up getting the help of the gardener in order to figure out what has happened in the woods while also facing some dark secrets of her very own. We have The Favor by Nora Murphy. And this is about two women who have never met, they've never interacted, but their lives kind of run parallel to each other. We follow Leah, and she is kind of watching McKenna from afar, and she sees McKenna kind of following the same path that Leah has taken in life. One night as she is watching, she watches as McKenna's life goes a little too far, and Leah decides that though she can't save herself, she is going to try to save McKenna, and this is about when women are just pushed beyond their limits. A really great summer read, Deep Water by Emma Bramford. One day a naval vessel is traveling along and sees a yacht in distress, and when they go to pick up the yacht, there are these very distressed passengers on board who claim that they have come from a remote island and that people have died. So then we go back in time and look at the events leading up to this, and we follow a married couple as they are kind of trying to heal from their own traumas, and they decide to build a yacht and that they are going to go explore, and then they come across this remote island and end up meeting up with a bunch of other sailors and whatnot, and that things just go awry when you are excluded from the rest of society. So, and how that chaos unfolds. Next, we have some literary fiction and some historic fiction. This Time Tomorrow by Emma Straub. And this follows a woman who is pretty happy with how her life has turned out. And she's okay with her romantic status. She's okay with her job. Like, all of that's fine. Except for she feels like she is just really distant from her father. And she's not really sure how she got here. So one morning she wakes up only to find that she has traveled back in time to her 16-year-old self. And what is most shocking is not necessarily the fact that she's woken up and she is 16, but that it also is a much younger version of her father there. And she gets to find out, would she change anything, and how their lives could end up being if she could. So this is a bit of a twist on the time travel and also about family relationships and dynamics. This next one is a speculative book, and that is When Women Were Dragons by best-selling author Kelly Barnhart. This follows a society when a mass dragoning happened, which is basically where a bunch of women turned into dragons and basically sprouted wings and left. And it is very taboo to talk about in this society because some women became dragons and some of them didn't, and they're not allowed to talk about it. They are kind of forbidden from learning more about the dragoning and what that is. And this is a tale of a young girl trying to figure out why her mother didn't become one, but why her aunt did, and also dealing with the aftermath of the fact that it was traumatizing, and her mother is very protective, and many people have kind of left them and don't want to talk to them. So it's about dealing with that, but it's also about rape. It's about a society that has kept women small and what happens when they decide to break out of the boxes that society has put them in. Then we have A Tale of Sisterhood, a Pandemic, and also a Murder, and that is Little Souls by Sandra Dallas. This takes place in 1918 in Colorado. This is about two sisters who are going on about their life as a pandemic is starting to rage in their communities, and one day one of the sisters comes home and finds the other sister standing over the dead body of a man. and they have killed this abusive father of this young girl they have taken in, and in order to try to distract, they decide to move the man out into the street and hope that people will think he was a victim of the pandemic. However, the authorities have a lot of questions. On top of that, though, they are dealing with the stresses of the pandemic and being worried about what's going to happen with their loved ones and is it going to affect their family. So a lot of different layers to this one. So then we have these are kind of romance, women's literature. Some of these are pretty well-known authors. We have Susan Mallory with the Boardwalk Bookshop, and this follows three women who are kind of struggling. All three of them are dealing with different things in their love lives, with whether that's betrayal or loss or finding out things about their partners that they weren't expecting. And they meet every Friday and share champagne and talk about these things and start to heal over in front of a bookshop. So it's a story about friendship and love and coming together. We have Nancy Thayer with Summer Love. This is about a group of four strangers who rent out a place at the beach, and they end up coming together and really forming really close bonds. Years later, and they all decide to reunite at this hotel where they met, and one of them now owns it. They also bring some of their children along, and it is about how have they grown over the years, and are they happy where they're at, and how are they still connecting. But it's also about their children also kind of running through the same experiences that they did when they were younger and finding love and friendship amongst the beach. Then we have By the Book by Jasmine Guillory, and this is about a woman who finds out about this high profile author who is basically not meeting his deadlines and not doing what he needs to do. So she decides to march over to his house and give him a pep talk to get this manuscript done. The problem is that he is grumpy, he is grouchy, and he is just as lost as she is in life. So with her encouragement, she starts to get him to open up and be more accepting. And of course, they soon discover they have more in common than they ever thought. So those are just some of the books hitting the shelves. Of course, we have hundreds and hundreds of books coming in all the time. Make sure that you stop into your library to check out the new shelves and the Lucky Day collections to see what new hot titles are coming in. Don't forget to give this video a like if any of these titles seem interesting to you, and all the links for them will be down below if you would like to see the full synopsis for any of these books. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!